Welcome back, everybody, my old viewers, my new viewers. Please subscribe, like, share this video, especially if you found it helpful. So let's get right into it. This is a makeup tutorial, a detailed tutorial. It's very unplanned, but I'm just posting it now. I know many of you don't get the full details of makeup and what it entails when watching online tutorials, but I'm here for you. So first of all, you clean your face. I already did that off camera. I didn't plan to make this video. Then you moisturize, which is what I'm doing. You can use your moisturizer. You can use your flat brush. Moisturize everywhere, all parts of your face, your under eye, your cheek, even go all the way down to your neck. Then you let it sit for few seconds. You let it dry for a few seconds. Then time for your primer. Yeah, I'm using the Pond's primer. Apply everywhere, apply around. Make sure it sits very well into your skin. Then you allow it to dry for a few seconds. You go in with your setting spray. Yeah, I'm using the Kiss Beauty setting spray. It's very nice and it's affordable. Then this is a shining spray. I just like to put it on my face just to, for the glitters that it comes with. Then I'll put that too and dry for a few minutes. Then next thing, I'll go in with my foundation. So I already selected the foundation shade that I wanted. I did that off camera. I missed it. See, this video is very unplanned. So many things, some of all these few things I didn't get it on camera. I didn't know I was going to make this video, honestly. I was just recording myself making up and I was like, do you know what? Just do a makeup tutorial. So make sure you get the right undertone when matching your foundation shade. This is my correct shade just because of the lighting. That's why it looks like it's very bright, but it's not. So you apply it all over your face. You can use a beauty blender. You can use your brush. Then you start to blend. Blend, 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 blend. I like to start from my under eye. I don't know why. I find it very fancy. Then I blend to my nose. Blend all over my face. So before you blend using your beauty blender, you have to soak it in water, squeeze out the water, then maybe use a dry cloth to, press it. But it should not be dry, it should just be very damp so that the foundation can blend very well and easily. You don't have to use too much muscle, too much, power, just very little, softly. It's very important to blend your foundation in very well. If possible, take your time and do that very well because that's like the base of your makeup. If you get that wrong, you're getting every other thing wrong. Get the shade perfectly. Blend, blend, blend. Match your face and your neck. You can use the shade for your neck on your face, or you can use the shade of your face for your neck. However you want to do it, if you get what I mean. So you blend, 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 blend very well. If you need to add more foundation, you add. If you need to, add in places that you didn't get to, you do that. So now this is time to conceal, highlighting / concealing. So you highlight your lower eye, under your eyelid. You put a little, minimal products. Don't use more than required, just very little. As long as you're blending it very well, you're good to go. Use little on your under eye, your jaw, your nose. You start to blend it out. Blend softly, like I said. You don't have to scrub, you just have to dab, 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 dab. You blend out your jaw. I like to start from my jaw. You can start however you want from my jaw, then my nose, my what do they call it again? But my nose anyway. Then you go to the under eye. You blend, 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 blend. Blend softly. You don't have to scrub it. Remember, you have to dab, 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 dab. And try not to stretch out the concealer that you're trying to blend down to where the contour is supposed to be so that you will not leave everywhere whitish and cover your foundation. So you blend, blend, blend. You can blend all the way to your eyelid. I don't know what they call that place, but you can blend all the way there just to give your eyeshadow this definition. Look at that, my face is getting all snatched already. So it's time for me to set my under eye, my nose, my jaw. Then after setting it, I want to bake it. So yeah, I made a mistake here. I'm supposed to use my powder that is one shade lighter to set before going in with my setting powder, but I made a mistake. So you can see me correcting myself. You use your brown powder, your loose powder, or your pressed powder, anyone, to set it first. Then you go in with your setting powder in your under eye. You put on your jaw, you put on your nose. You try not to put so much on your nose so that you can easily contour your nose, Then this setting powder, that's the best part of makeup for me. I like it so much. It just gives me this baby girl, feeling. So you use your powder, your brown powder, to contour. I like to use the same shade of my skin. I don't like to use the darker ones because of the way it looks. It doesn't look well blended. But if you want, you can use a powder that is one shade darker than your skin tone to contour both your nose and to give you that snatched look. So I'll place my powder all over my face, but I won't go in with the powder under my eye, not yet, because I want to do my brows and my eyeshadow, and definitely my eyeshadow is definitely going to drop on my face. So my setting powder being there will help that not to stain. So now I'm doing the brows. When you're drawing your brows, try to be as light-handed as possible. Don't sketch it too hard or use too much force so that it will not be very dark. It has to be light and as natural as possible. Then after sketching your brows, you conceal with a concealer that is one shade lighter than your regular skin shade. Then you will always see, after sketching your brows, always brush it out just to balance it down, make it to be more defined. You fill in the places that the pencil didn't get to. Please remember, your brows should not be dark. But if you like dark brows, you go ahead, fine. I just like my as natural as possible. Then when it's time to conceal, like I said before, you go in with a concealer that is one shade lighter than your skin tone, not very light, for easy blending, especially as a beginner. So this is me starting from the under part of the brows. This is the best place to start concealing your brows from, just so that you can get a more defined shape. At least you have an idea of what shape you want your brows to be, and then it will help you focus on getting that shape. But if you start from the top of your brows, you won't get that, that whole concealed, detailed shape and that. So don't use too much concealer. Like I always say, less is more, less products. You start concealing the top of your brows, which is what I'm about to do now. You use a concealer that is your skin shade. If possible, you go in with your foundation, just very little, okay? Because as you guys know, I've already done the skin work, so I will not want to mess it all up with a very light shade of foundation, which might be difficult to blend and all of that. So that's why I always advise to go for your foundation or a concealer that is the same shade as your foundation. So doing the brows, can you see how careful I am? I'm trying not to talk. In fact, sometimes I even hold my breath because the brows is just one thing that is not very easy for me. It's not difficult, quite to write, but it's not just as easy as regular skin work for me. So conceal your brows, the top and the lower one. Remember, always start with the lower part of the brows to conceal with a lighter shade of concealer. Then after concealing your brows, this is very long. I don't know if I should fast forward this video, but I'll just keep talking anyway. When doing your makeup, in achieving a neatly and well-defined brows, there are a few hacks that you can put in place just to make this work. And some of these hacks are, first of all, when sketching your brows, you have to try to get a regular shape, a very good, well-defined shape before concealing. Don't just, sketch anything, sketch something very big and irregular with the hope of using your concealer to make it to have shape. No, it won't work that way. Instead, it will be harder for you to conceal your brows, okay? Then another hack is your concealing brush should be flat and very defined, especially as a beginner, all right? When you're using a very flat brush to conceal, it makes it easy. The third one is, when concealing, take a very, very small amount of concealer, as little as possible. Don't just take a lot and use at once, okay? Start from the lower part of your brows, like I said, with very little concealer. The fourth one is you have to know how to position your hands without shaking it. A steady position, the ability to draw a straight line without it being irregular. All right. Once you know how to do this, it will be very easy for you to conceal your brows. Try as much as you can to keep your hands steady. Limit the way you talk or the way you discuss when concealing your brows, especially as a beginner, so you will not get irregular shape. All right. So once you do all these things, be rest assured that you're getting a regular shaped brows, and also try when sketching your brows to sketch it according to the shape of your eyebrow. As a human being, we all have our natural eyebrow shape, all right? So try to sketch it according to how your natural eyebrow looks like. Then, also, when carving your brows, if you're someone that likes to carve her brows, you carve the under and the top very well, neatly. No harsh, strong hairs, because it can affect the way the brows look when it's done, all right? So, to continue from the video, right here, I'm just defining and touching up to make sure that everything is the way I want it to be. If you notice, you will see that the lower part of the brows, at the beginning, I didn't put concealer there because I want it to look as natural as possible. I will use something darker, a very dark shade, the shade of my skin, to conceal the beginning of the lower part of the brows, all right? Then after doing that, I will then use my concealer and put on my eyelid, just to blend it to have the same color with the concealer, all right? Then I'll use my beauty blender, which I've already done, to dab it and spread it and make it to look smooth. Now it's time for me to blend out the concealer, which I'm already doing. As you can see, I'm using this small, well-defined brush to do that. I'll do that for the up part and for the lower part too, using the beauty blender, which I've already done. If you are following the video, you will see that I use the beauty blender to smoothen out the concealer on my eyelid. Brows. I always condemn my brows, but people love it. Anyway, this brows was actually given just because of the way I feel about brows. If you have the opportunity, if you have the money, please go and micro shade your brows. It makes it easier. Mine isn't micro shaded, so I think that's why I still find it difficult to just accept that my brows look good. Well, I'm still trying to define and brushing out the brows to know what else to touch up and where else I'm supposed to adjust. This is a lot. You see, my brow video is taking a lot of time, so I'll just stop this voiceover and let you guys watch with the natural sound. Please tell me why I'm reconcealing the top part of my brows. Why am I doing this? I'm such a perfectionist when it comes to makeup and when it comes to brows. When I take my time to do my brows, I felt like what I did before wasn't good enough. So I was like, you know what? Okay, you can do better. So I'm just touching up my brows again, trying to make it to be perfect. And I always try, naturally, your two brows don't look the same. They look alike. They're similar, but not very similar, okay? You see, that one is higher than the other. But I always try to make my two brows look as similar as possible. So I'm just trying to touch it up, add more concealer, because I felt like the under part of the brows wasn't very defined like I would like it. So newbies in the makeup industry, newbies learning their personal makeup, if you feel like what you did is not right, please go back and readjust it. No one is too big to make mistakes or to readjust their makeup, all right? There are no manuals to this thing. Even the big makeup artists, the big guns in the industry, they have the difficult part of makeup for them. Some of them find the brows difficult, some find the skin work difficult, some find the eyeliner difficult or the lashes. Not everybody is 100% perfect, okay? The makeup comes out very nice at the end of everything, but it doesn't mean that there isn't a particular part of the process that they find a bit difficult than the other. It's normal, it's natural, so don't feel bad about that, okay? As you can see, I'm doing that for the other eye too, and I'm blending it out right now. Blending it out so that I can start putting on my eyeshadow. So this is the point where I use my beauty blender to smoothen it up. Using your beauty blender, it makes the process easier. You know, when you blend your face with your skin with your beauty blender, it helps the process of application. It makes it smoother. It makes it well defined. It makes it pop, you know. So I prefer to use it all the time. I prefer to use my beauty blender to finish up my blending. That was a really long break. So now I'm setting the base for my eyeshadow. I'm putting all my concealer on both eyes. Remember, the concealer should not be very light. It should be similar to the color that you use to conceal your eyebrows. All right. Then I'm using my beauty blender to blend this out. Like I said before, I love using my beauty blender to blend. After doing that, I'll do it for the both eyes. After doing that, I'll get my powder, my brown powder, and I will set it. I'll just dab a little, very little. Remember, less is more. I will set the eyelid, and then I will start applying my eyeshadow base. I would like to start with the brown shade, a darker shade first, to do the base of my eyeshadow. But before I go in with my eyeshadow, as you can see on the screen, I'm setting my under eye again, and I'm doing that because the droplets of the eyeshadow is going to touch my face, and if my under eye is well baked with setting powder, it won't stain because I can easily brush it off. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this again. All right, so you apply your setting powder all over again, so it will be fresh and so that the eyeshadow will not stain your face. Before I go in with my eyeshadow, I'll use my brush, my fluffy small brush, as you can see, to brush out the powder that I put to set my eyelid. All right, then I'll go in with my eyeshadow. Can you see how it's popping? That's the essence of setting. Once you have a good base, both for your skin work and for your eyeshadow. Your foundation and your eyeshadow must pop. All right, can you see that everything is beginning to come together? Can you see how I'm doing this? Can you see my method of application? This is how to apply a powdered eyeshadow. The eyeshadow base, this is how to do it. All right. The way you do this and the way you do the glitter eyeshadow, the pigment ones, they are not the same thing. All right. So this one you just have to dab, place it, just place it, and then you spread it gently, all right, softly. Remember, when you're doing your makeup, you have to try to be as light-handed as possible. You don't need too much of everything, all right. Try to blend as much as you can. One of the tricks in makeup is you have to blend. If you don't blend the makeup properly, it will look scattered and it will not look nice, all right. So try to blend as much as you can, okay. Then you see me now, I'm putting my primer helps your eyeshadow to sit longer, okay, and to pop better. It makes it more pigmented. So I'm putting my primer. After placing my primer with my brush, just using the tip of my finger, my index finger, to smoothen it out, to clear the harsh lines from the brush, all right. Then after doing that, I will then go ahead to apply my pigmented eyeshadow. You can use your glitter or you can use your shiny eyeshadow. Can you see the way I'm placing my brush and the way I'm moving my brush is different from the way I was doing when applying the base, which is the brown part of the eyeshadow. So this is how to put your pigments so it will stay. All right, you just put it like that, or you tap it too. Anyhow you want to do it. Just make sure not to take too many products. Take as little as you can. All right. I'm blending out the excess eyeshadow on the eye, and I'm also using the avenue to clean off any harsh lines the eyeshadow must have caused, especially between the base and the concealed brows, all right. So I'm making everything to be smooth. When you're doing your makeup, the tiniest details matter. These tiny details are things that makes someone a professional, all right. Now I'll try to blend my eyeshadow together with my nose contour so that it will look like it's joined together. As you can see, this is how I'm doing it. I'll just take a little bit of brown powder, the color I used to contour my nose previously. I want you to observe the way I'm putting on the eyeliner. This is a gel eyeliner, by the way. Gently. You have to focus. You can't be talking and moving and you want it to be properly lined. Alright? You do it gently. Try not to use too much product so it will enter your eye. Okay? You do that from the tear dots from the cancers all the way to the other part of your eyelid. Alright? Try to maintain a slim line. Try not to do too much lines. But however you want it anyway. If you want to do a very bold eyeliner, then it's up to you. Just always try to use a flat brush, a flat tiny brush for your eyeliner, especially if you're using a gel liner. So yeah, I'm trying to touch up my pigmented eyeshadow just to make it pop the more, just in case if the eyeliner stained a part of it. All right, as like I said, no one is perfect. Having achieved the brows, the eyeshadow, and the eyeliner, this is time to blend out the setting powder from your face. So you put your brush, you dab your brush to your brown powder, the same shade that you used before to set your brown powder earlier on in the video, alright? Then you start blending out the setting powder, like as you can see. This is how I'm doing it. Remember, less is more. Don't use too much product. You don't need all that product on your face. Blend, 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 blend everything out. Don't put too much brown powder. Do not forget that it is very important. You don't want to cover up your highlighted area with brown powder. In the process of blending out your setting powder, you also need a tiny brush to blend out your under eye, just so that the powder will not enter inside your eye. Alright, so you use a tiny brush just like I'm using. You apply a little brown powder on it, then use it to blend off your under eye. Please, what's with this face? What kind of face am I making? Am I the only one that makes this type of faces when trying to blend out my powder or my foundation? I just feel like it straightens out my face and makes it seamless. So this is me using a little bit of powder to blend out the concealer that I used to conceal the top of my brows, just so it won't be greasy, so it will be dried and matte. Then I'm trying to create a well-defined line. This line can give you that cat eye look that many of you want, but because I don't want my own to be too cat-like, the cat eye to be too much, I'll just put a little setting powder. Okay, let's create the final snatched nose, the pointed nose. You contour, you highlight, you see that. So this is the lash glue. I like to put a little bit of glue on my lid, just on my lashes, a little bit before putting my artificial lashes. Before I put this glue on my natural lashes, I already applied on my artificial lashes. I just didn't film it because, like I said, I didn't plan to make this a tutorial. So I'll let it sit for some time. When it's a little bit, time for the blush. You find the shade that is nearest to your skin tone, that has the same undertone as your skin, or almost the same undertone as your skin. You apply on your cheekbone all the way up. Remember, you apply little by little, less is more, all right? You apply on both cheek. You smile just to make sure it's properly positioned. You also apply at the tip of your jaw, and you also apply at the tip of your nose. This process is just to create warmth to your face, okay? So it's not be all whitish and discolored. Then I like to also apply near my edges of my hair, as you can see. Then after applying at the appropriate places, you start to blend. You blend very well, so it will blend into other products. To aid my blending, I'm going to sweep off this setting powder that I put to give my eyeshadow the cat eye effect. I'll blend it off on both eyes. Then I'll once again blend my blush, blend the setting powder, blend everything together so they will look nice and well defined. Remember, we are team, no harsh line. Part of our face sculpting, makeup is an art. This is the act of makeup artistry. That's what it's called, okay? So I'm using this setting powder to highlight. This will give my face the slimmer effect, okay? This is the way I like to do my own. Some people can do their own all the way to the lip. So different method for different folks. Time for the mascara. So apply your mascara on your lashes, both the upper and the lower lashes. The droplets of eyeshadow and powder and everything that has touched your lashes, you need to clear it off with the mascara. This way, when you fit your false lashes, you won't be seeing these brown colored stuff on your natural lashes under. So everything has to be black and well defined. Let's get right into the lips. We're almost done. First of all, you moisturize the lips, which is what I'm doing. Before you do this, please make sure you wipe out all the powder and everything from your lip that touched your lips during the makeup process. So you moisturize your lip. Can you see that? When you moisturize your lip, it helps the lipstick to sit. There is nothing as good as moisturizing very well before makeup. Both your skin, your brows, your eyeshadow, your lips, everything must be well moisturized if you want the product to sit in very well. Let's get right into fixing the lashes. I already applied my glue. You guys know about that. So now it's a little bit dried. Remember, it should not be dried completely. It should just be a little bit dried. Okay, in between being super dry and being super wet. You place your lashes on your eye. This is a skill, guys. See, practice makes perfect. Okay, once you keep practicing, you'll be able to do this as well as I'm doing it now. You make sure you place your lashes on top of your natural lash, just the way it is. If the false lashes is longer, you cut it off and make it the same size with your natural lash. Let's go in with the lipstick. I'm going to use my chocolate lipstick to line my lip. Can you see that? Very good. You dap your lips, then you admire it. So I'm trying to fix my lashes. You wet your hands a little, just put a little water on your hands, then you press it so it will sit properly on your natural lash. After lining my lips with chocolate lipstick, I'm going in with a nude lipstick, more like peach nude, in between peach and nude. Then you blend, blend, blend. Blending is a huge part of makeup. You cannot run away from it. You must blend everything you put on your face if you want to achieve a seamless look, okay? Now let's brush off that powder and see the finished look. Can you guys see? Can you guys see? One of the tricks of makeup too is that you need to get good brushes. Your brushes should have soft bristles, okay? It should be well defined. You should have different brushes, the big, the small, the angle, the foundation brush, everything. If you have all these things, it will also help your makeup application to be as easy as possible. Let's do the final. I'm trying to blend everything together now. After blending, I'll go in with my eyeliner, my gel liner for my lower lid. This makes the eye pop. The black, very pretty. So I'm doing this now because I'm done blending out all the powders. If I had done it earlier, the powder would have still stained it and made it to look a little bit brownish slash whitish. But doing it now that I'm done with my blending, you make it to still be as black as the eyeliner. Everything is looking okay now, but I'm still not done. I'm almost done, but I'm still not done. So I'm going to set my face with my setting spray, my Kiss Beauty setting spray. This is a quality product that is affordable. I will set it. I like to spray a lot. I like to spray and spray and spray till my spirit says stop. Then I'll stop. Then I'll let it to sit a little and dry a little. Then I'll apply small setting spray on my beauty blender or on my face, however it is you want to do it. So I put the setting spray on my face and I'm using my beauty blender to dab it into my skin, okay? I love using my beauty blender. It just makes everything easy. When the face is well set, I'll then go in with my bronzer, my highlighter or bronzer, however, whatever you want to call it, okay? Just to make my face glitter, give it this glittering look. It brightens it up. This is how to apply your bronzer. Do not put too much. Less is more. Do not put too much. Just a little bit on your blush. Then you put on your jaw, you put on your nose bridge, and you put in between your brows. You don't have to put the bronzer all the way from your brows to your nose bridge. Okay, just put a little, just a dot and a dot. You see how I'm doing it? You see, just a very little dot, and I'll then put another dot here and there. Simple. Just as little as that. Then use your hand to just, blend it at the middle. Don't put too much bronzer. You don't need to pour everything in your face and for you to pop. Then I'm using my mascara to brush out my lower lashes. This also gives definition to the look. Then I'll go ahead and spray my face one last time. Okay, I like to spray this thing there. I spray a lot, but I love it that way. You don't have to spray as much as I do. Can you see? This is so pretty. So I want to use my brow definer to define my brows, my brow gel. It also defines the brows and makes it a little bit lighter. Now it's time to put gloss on my lips. I love glossing my lips. Glossing the lips makes it very pretty. It gives this glow. Oh, so pretty. I was just hyping myself. Only fan girl that I know. Oh my god. Can you see that? Can you see that? The girl is good. Please, guys, I know you enjoyed this video. I know it's very long, but please bear with me. The next one, I'll make it very, very short and fast, okay? Please subscribe if you found this helpful. Thank you.